Ye brings up Pete Davidson getting tattoos of his kids' names, calls Kwanzaa bullish and more on in IG posting spree. Basically, he kind of went off on all of the industry.
Can I read some of the posts?
You can read all of them. Yep,
yeah, okay. So one of them is my kids going to Donda. They not going to Sierra Canyon. Charlemagne the God and Chris, get your mother effing popcorn. So Sierra Canyon is a private prep school in LA that he apparently doesn't want his kids to go to, and he feels like he is being pressured into allowing this. He doesn't want them to be in the same circles that the whole Kardashian family's in. He said they teach black kids Kwanzaa at Sierra Canyon. What the F is Kwanzaa, and who made that bull beep up? Everyone lives in LA for the check anyway, so no one really cares about their children being indoctrinated.
Feels like he has a much looser lips, make it easier for him to say the quiet part out loud, and he's far more confrontational than the rest of the industry.
Totally.
The crazy thing is, like, there's 5 separate beefs going on Instagram
so
right now.
Kanye and Gap, Kanye and Adidas, Kanye and Pete,
Nike.
Kanye and Nike, Kanye and Kim.
Yeah.
He even called out Daniel Cherry, who used to be like, he works for Adidas, and he used to be like a DC Comics executive.
Kanye, Kim's mom.
Yes. So one of these screenshots
Kanye, Kid Cudi.
was from his text thread with Kim.
And him and was it John Legend or not John Legend? The one dude who's like, he got mad because Kanye wanted him to vote for him for president, and the guy said no. Kanye got mad. I don't was it if it's not John Legend, Frank Ocean, maybe I think it's John Legend.
Sure.
But like he's like, basically he's like, will you vote for me for president? The guy said no, and Kanye got like really mad, which I love.
As if he were even going
to
win.
I know.
Can I read my favorite one?
He did run. He did run for president.
From Kanye.
Well, technically, yeah.
Daniel Cherry Pop. I knew by the jean jacket you was wearing when we first met that we could never truly be friends.
That's so funny.
Kanye wears jean jackets all the time,
but they're faded black.
Which I have strong issues with. You should not be wearing faded black.
One of the texts that he presumably sent to Kim, who was asking him to stop, he said, "No, we need to talk in person. You don't have say-so of where our kids go to school. Why you get say-so? Because you half white?" That's out of pocket. And then she said, "From my mom, please. Tell him to stop mentioning my name. I'm almost 67 years old, and I don't always feel great, and this stresses me to no end."
Which is the biggest bunch of BS I've ever heard, considering that like she runs like $1 billion company. She deals with stress just fine.
Of course. She's a total villain. Like, cartoonish villain. So he responded, "Y'all don't have say-so over my black children and where they go to school. They will not do Playboy and sex tapes. Tell your Clinton friends to come get me. I'm here."
Legendary.
Crazy. He said,
I mean, if I was him,
that one.
I wouldn't be like tempting
he has deleted,
fate
I think all of these are almost all.
I mean,
today is about control. My kids, Yeezy and Adidas, Yeezy and Gap. It's up on all 3 of these issues at the same time because it's all the same mentally that makes these people feel they can keep getting away with things.
Guys, I'm sorry, I misspoke. This is the best one.
Okay.
Ask Pete how those tattoos of my kids doing in the trauma unit.
Craziest. Like,
big yikes.
Ah!
He also referred to Tristan Travis Scott as cum
Tristan
donors.
Thompson and Travis and Scott Disick.
He put the phone number
and it's so
to donate sperm.
It's literally so true, and it's something that we've been pointing out, like with the Kardashians, the way that men in their family are treated. It's exactly like that.
Cattle.
They're not treated like fathers or husbands. They're treated like sperm donors.
Yep. You are allowed to have sex with me so that I can have kids, basically.
Maybe.
Yeah.
He put a text from his lawyer being like, be off, like take it easy on like it was the Nike business
don't
for like
post
10
about,
days.
They said don't post about Gap for 10 days, and then he posted it and said 10 days.
Yeah, so we'll talk to you guys in 10 days.
So another one, he said, anybody that says I'm spiraling when I express the undeniable truths is a sheep. STFU and worry about your own kids. I obviously am dealing with wars at the highest levels of control and discrimination based on the level I'm operating at. A conductor gotta turn their back to the audience to direct the orchestra. Oh, yay crazy is basic as F at this point. I'm simply right. I know girls who sell beep that don't agree with how my daughters are displayed.
The thing is, he has a very chaotic approach to how he talks about things, which makes it come across far more out of pocket, as one.
But it's on things that you totally understand why it evokes such strong emotion. Yep. He said, I was driven crazy before. I'm not going crazy no more. It's not up to Calabasas or Hulu where my kids go to school. I'm not the crazy one here. I won't stop until I have a say-so on my kids, no matter what it legally takes.
Yep. He was also saying that he wanted his kids to be like part-time, like 50% at Donda.
Yeah.
Be a little dove. And the other 50% of the time in that LA
What
school.
is Donda? Do you understand it? Because I saw a picture of it, and I really don't understand what it is.
It looks like a school where they do hella arts and crafts.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be funny or edgy or anything.
And they all wear Yeezy at the school.
They all have they're uniformed.
Yeah,
Definitely.
but they're wearing Yeezy shoes.
The worst thing, I mean, I think it's funny that he's calling out the Clintons. Like, that seems like a horrible
That's
idea.
crazy. Like, don't say I'm here, Kanye.
Like,
we still want music from you.
Like, yeah, like, I think, like, he needs to take that back right quick before.
Yeah, and also one of the posts that ended up being fake was him saying that Kim Kardashian has an insane amount of diarrhea, like not anywhere near what a normal person should have. And then it came out that was fake, but people believed it because they're like, well, with all of those diet teas she drinks, it's gotta be true.
Point out that he made a comment about how porn destroyed his family
life.
Yes,
and he called Hollywood a giant brothel.
So, like I said, he's calling out Hollywood. He's calling out the Clintons.
Here's what he said. Don't let Kris make you do Playboy like she made Kylie and Kim do. Damn. Hollywood is a giant brothel. Pornography destroyed my family. I deal with the addiction. Instagram promotes it. Not going to let it happen to North and Chicago.
Yeah. It's funny. I was when I was looking into the Maitland Ward situation, because she said something similar. She got mad at Terry Crews for saying that porn destroyed his life. And was like, oh, well, I do. She's like, you're just, he basically called for like I have the article here. But where he talks about how like,
he said it treats people like objects to be used rather than people to be loved.
Yeah.
Now, whatever you think of that take, the actress, Maitland Ward, admitted that she had to try on lingerie for Boy Meets World producers, and it's like,
what do you Hollywood thing I've ever heard.
Damn.
What do you think you've gotten yourself into?
Yep.
You know.
And she actually believes that Maitland Ward left Hollywood to do porn, and believes that porn liberated her from Hollywood, which should let you know how awful Hollywood actually is. If she finds porn to be the more palatable industry.
I mean, at least they're not pretending to be something.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Else.
Like at the very least, like, whatever you want to say about the industry, what it does to men's brains, connections to the concept of human trafficking, they're not pretending to be good people. They're
artists.
They're fulfilling a need.
Whatever. Yeah.
Actually, I have seen things where they talk about like the art of the industry. Like they have their own weird. They have their own weird like idea of like what makes it. Like what makes a scene work and things like that. So that's the minutia of any industry is going to have weird stuff like that. But they're at the very least telling you like it is, and they're not pretending to be something they're not. She talks about it here where she gets mad because Crews said he's not trying to ban porn outright, but though he does believe that it changes the way you think about people, it makes them objects. But if one is worse than the other, then we're screwed because Hollywood pretends to be good while not being good at all. Whereas this industry, for all you want to say about it, is bad and knows it's bad. So
right.
Kanye pointing this out, Kanye calling out the Clintons. I think he needs to
call
get a bodyguard.
Out Hollywood, major corporations. He's still on a posting spree right now on Instagram.
His beef with Gap, I thought was very interesting. Do you guys know about that one? So he has his latest project in terms of fashion is inspired from homeless people, which is hilarious.
You want to do a homeless fashion show where he hired homeless people to do the fashion show? We were going to cover that on here. We ended up not doing it. Yeah, and there was like that fell through because of the art director and.
So the concept that he wanted for this clothing line, he was going to put all the clothes in a bag essentially where all the sizes and all the things within the brand were mixed, and he wanted people to dig through the bag as homeless people like dig through trash to find food or whatever.
Yep.
And he originally, I think he got upset because Gap was hanging things in hangers, as you know,
Clothing companies would want to do.
Yeah.
And he got really the reason why he got upset because it effed with his vision, and that is the key theme with all his beefs when you really get down to it. So with Gap is that he wanted to do something experimental with the clothes. In that regard, they disregarded him. With Adidas, he wants creative control. I feel like they stole he said they stole a patent or an idea from him, and they were publishing it, and so he didn't have creative control, and he lost some money from it.
Yeah, he's like putting the creative director for Adidas on blast. His profile picture on Instagram is currently a headshot of the guy.
Yeah, it's
And he has a post up right now calling him out.
So all his issues pretty much can be summed up to he wants to have autonomy over the decisions of his life, but and a lot of ones which he's heading, because in some are creative, some are financial, and some are him being the head of a household.
Yes.
And he can't seem to get control of any part, predominantly because of his reputation.
Mm-hmm.
He's like the least collaborative person to be part of like 9,000 collabs. He's collabing with everyone while being very, very hard to work with.
Like, if you think he's too volatile to work with, then don't start the partnership. You're going to get put on blast if you do something.
Yeah, well, he's not going to handle it in a diplomatic way.
Yeah.
He's going to handle it in his way, which is very, very incendiary.
But
and like,
that's the marketing, right?
I totally understand why he would have this obsession with control, because other people have an obsession with controlling him.
Yeah.
He's a very powerful person to have on your leash and not your team, you know? But also, I saw theories that he's actually in cahoots with the Kardashians, like specifically with Kim, and that Kim and Kanye are going to get back together. And he's posting all of this because it brings more attention to the second season of The Kardashians on Hulu.
Damn, dude.
Thoughts on that?
I mean,
are they that evil? I don't know.
No. I don't think he would. I don't.
Is their family strife really like genuine?
I think the strife is genuine. I think he's just handling it in the way that most celebrities don't, which is publicly.
If it isn't, I mean, if any family in the world would devise such a nonsensical marketing scheme, it's them. Absolutely. Like, those people want eyes on the prize and their show. However, it's pretty personal in a lot of regards, because I've seen like a episode of The Kardashians, and
More than me.
as we stated at the beginning, like, the partners really are treated as like sperm donors. They're secondary to like the mother and the sisters and their interpersonal relationships. They barely get a say, and whenever they get a say is like, I agree with my partner on X.
Yeah. I support.
Right.
Blindly.
Or I disagree, but everything is like within the context of the ladies in that show.
Yeah.
So I know it's difficult. Like, I wouldn't put it past them, but a lot of it feels too real, you know?
No, I think it's real. I don't think it's marketing.
Yeah, and I think because so many celebrities are as close as you can get to like a psychopath who is not homicidal.
Yeah.
And I say that completely seriously.
Yeah.
If you're dysfunctional in that sphere, it's because you're closer to a normal person.
Yeah.
I think maybe Kanye is that, even though he has his mental health struggles. Like, he's not a psychopath.
Yeah, they don't like him because he spills the beans on all their drama. Like, they want everything to very, very tight knit, very like wrapped up. And if they're gonna have some drama, you know, it's behind the film, massively edited with makeup and hair, and he's not about that at all. And particularly because one of the biggest things is his children. And I think the spectacle of putting his children in the limelight, as far as I understand, really didn't begin with him. It kind of came with Kim originally, and her desire to not speak about a very divisive subject on this country that we can't seem to never stop freaking talking about it. And Pete Davidson putting himself within the conversation in a very tasteless way, like through the tattoos and by very publicly fighting Kanye about, leave her alone, leave the kids alone.
Trying to be some kind of savior.
Yeah, it's like,
revolting.
tend your garden, brother.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You look like a disgusting billboard.
Yeah. Well.
All I'm saying is, like, screen any calls from the Clintons or the Clinton Foundation.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Kanye, please watch out for yourself, okay? We love you.
Okay. Thanks for watching this clip, guys. If you want to see full episodes or follow us on social media, links are in the description below. Bye.
Bye.